Liquid's turn to ban.
Okay, so welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 3 of this. The Real Deal versus Team Liquid. The first game here in the GSL bracket of DreamLeague EU Major Qualifiers. Game number 2. Team Liquid looks like they were not happy with the fact they lost game number 1. They were absolutely on fire, with Kuroki absolutely bodying this Shashro Omni Knight the entire time with his Undying. Miracle had absolute free farm, and Matumba Man's visitors just running around the map, feasting on people with those birds. So let's have a look at the pick bans here as they come out the Real Deal. This time they're not letting through that Earth Spirit of GH. They realized the impact he had as he was rolling around that map, dropping those boulders. And also his Keeper of the Light. Looks like these are just GH bans from the side of the Real Deal. But Team Liquid, they've changed it up a bit. They're willing to let through the Doom this time. Side of the Real Deal. They're not banning out the draft that beat them in game number 1, except for that Shadow Demon.
Turn to pick.
So Liquid have first pick, and I'm curious to see. Well, that's why they didn't ban the Doom, because they're going to take it themselves. The Real Deal. What do they have to counter this one? But this Demon from Hell. Demon from Hell? Is that the lore of Doom? I think it might be.
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
But look at that, 2 very quick picks there. They're taking the Sven again, even though it didn't work out. Maybe it's because it was a position 1 Sven that didn't quite work out. And they're taking the Darkseer away from Liquid.
Radiant team ban.
But look at this. The Doom, as well as the Lifestealer. Doom, we saw that work well against Matumban's Lifestealer. And they're also banning out the Morphling that they picked to counter it in game number 1. Team Liquid, it seems they've learned their lessons.
Turn to ban. Radiant team ban.
As well as Terrorblade, 2 of the highest physical damage carries. Now banned out, so the Lifestealer hopefully should have someone to feast upon.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
As time ticks down here for the Real Deal, what are they going to ban out? Are they going to ban out Miracle Heroes, GH Heroes, Kuroki Heroes? Looks like they've banned out that Oracle again. Oracle obviously very good versus the Sven, because purge off those Warcry buffs. Oh, hello there, DK. How are you doing today? I thought you were busy with your young woman. Anyway, time is ticking down here for the Real Deal. What do they need to ban out against Liquid? There are so many heroes that Miracle could play in this mid lane, because I'm assuming this is a Matumban Lifestealer. This is one of the heroes he was famous for, and it looks like the OD is what they just don't want to. Anyway, 17 seconds here. They took a long time with that ban, so they might have also been thinking about what they want to pick into this. Guys, Ursa did get minorly patched, minorly buffed in this patch, some might say. But, you know, Ursa versus the physical damage Lifestealer, something I might like to see.
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
But the Lich, okay. Just probably the best 5 position support in the game. Actually, currently was untouched in that first phase, as well as this ban, so they're just going to take it right here on the Real Deal. And honestly, I can't say I blame them.
Grimstroke.
But Grimstroke, they're taking that one away. They don't want to have let them have the Lich Grimstroke combination. Also, Grimstroke with the Lifestealer seems insanely powerful. Have the slow of those open wounds, so he's able to stay on you, plus that extra speed out of the Inkswell. So you'll have your wounds opened. He'll be charging forward for you. You won't be able to get away, and you'll find yourself stunned up. Also, as chat points out, double doom with that Grimsoak ultimate of the Soulbind. I totally forgot. That's an amazing combination that we're going to see here from the side of Team Liquid. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that again and again. Team Liquid obviously have great coordination.
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
Phantom Assassin.
Okay, so Phantom Assassin here is going to be the call for the real deal. That's pretty good versus the Lifestealer if she makes it into her damage items. My moderator's coming through quickly. Thank you very much, Noski. I was going to check that link.
5 seconds remaining.
Anyway, the Phantom Assassin, a good ban there. Sorry, a good pick. If the PA comes online properly, she will be able to man fight up versus this Lifestealer until he builds an NKB or something. But it is going to be, I think, a pretty tough lane versus the Doom, if that's who you're laned against. Because obviously Doom, that Infernal Blade, I don't think it misses.
Tinker.
And look at this, a miracle Tinker pick. Obviously, another thing great against the Phantom Assassin. Has that blind as well as all that early burst damage. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Hex built later on. Miracle Tinker. I am enjoying that one.
Ten seconds remaining.
So, we're on to the final bans here. I think you ban out a GH hero, assuming Grimstroke is the 5 position. You've seen a lot of 5 position Grimstroke. So maybe a Rubric, ban out GH's Rubric for the real deal. And the real deal, they need a mid hero. Someone to lane versus this Tinker. Are they going to pick the Death Prophet again? I mean, Death Prophet does do okay versus Tinker, because while you're blinded, you can farm with that Crit Storm. Also, you can stay on him with that Spirit Siphon to heal up versus the burst damage. But that's a really good point. The Undying, again, hasn't been picked or banned. I mean, we saw its impact in the last game. Will we see it again? GH Slaughter. Some interesting ideas here from the chat. But the Enchantress. So do they think this is a 4-position Doom? Or did they think it was going to be a 4-position Enchantress? Very curious here. Worth noting that I'm pretty sure the Enchantress can purge off the Warcry as well with her enchant.
10 seconds remaining.
That purge debuffs? I think it does. Someone needs to remind me.
5 seconds remaining.
But Tosek, you think PA beats Tinker? It beats Tinker later after like BKB or Manta style. But like early on, Tinker dumps over that Phantom Assassin once he comes online.
Tidehunter.
And so it is either a 4-position Doom or a 4-position Tidehunter. Or is it the Matumberman Tidehunter? Yeah, I mean, we saw it at the last major. I'm very curious about this Team Liquid craft. Was 5 Doom? Also worth noting, Tinker, you get that double laser
10 seconds
early on with the Grimstroke ultimate. That's really powerful, honestly. And with Ags, you get double bouncing laser. Because it hits both of them individually. That's absolutely insane.
Timbersaw.
Okay, Timbersaw versus the Tinker. Okay, Tinker might not have enough burst damage. So this is the draft we thought. But it is a 5-position Kuroki Doom. No, it's a 5-position Kuroki Doom. A GH Grimstroke. Look at this. I'm curious about how the Timber versus Tinker matchup goes. I think Tinker might just build March of Machines because I don't think you can really kill a tanky Timbersaw. So you build March of Machines, you spam out the lanes, and then you're able to farm jungle as fast as you like. But double Doom, guys, this is going to be insane. It is the 4-position Sven, as well as the offlane Darkseer.
10 seconds remaining.
So we're just waiting for Miposhka to pick his hero. And then we are in this game in 1 minute. Rubik I don't think was banned. I just think they preferred getting that double Doom online. Anyway, as we wait to get into the game, who do you think is going to win? My money, I think, has to be on Liquid, if I'm honestly. Anyway, this game, 4 seconds. Okay, guys, I mean, I would like to see an even game, but it is also a pleasure to see Liquid walk all over some of these. We're hearing the war drums already. I think that's someone's taunt. I can't remember whose it is. But Excalibur and Miposhka, they're walking towards this mid lane. I'm curious to see here. Do they... But it looks like Matumba, they're aggro trying versus this Pimba Timber. So it looks like the side of the real deal. They're going for some interesting lanes here. Poshka doesn't actually have a ward. Only the ability to de-ward. But it looks like he was just looking for the side of Liquid. Rip, Mike? Is it? Can you not hear me, Monk? No, people can hear me.
30 seconds to battle.
But I should be audible. Anyway, Kuroki taking some early Iron Shell damage. I think I must have just been far away from it or something. No, thank you for telling me. If my stream ever has any issues, it's good you tell me in the chat, because then I just check them. So don't worry about saying anything. Okay, so it looks like we did have 2 for 2 runes. And Kuroki, he's the only one other than Matumba Man in this top lane. So they haven't done an aggro tri-lane. Kuroki, the 5 position Doom. And look at this, they're just cutting the wave before it even makes its tower. This is the first wave, the wave that you can't pull. But Doom successfully gets 1 deny, and so does Matumba Man. Heads up play there by the side of Liquid, but they have a full-on tri-lane here in this top lane. The Shashto with the Iron Shots, are they going to try and die Matumba? Certainly they are with the Frost Shield. He doesn't have Rage. He's taken the Feast at level 1. But TPing in here is Grimstroke. And now with the Inkswell, they're looking to turn it around. Matumba, he's thinking about it. He gets the stun. But he is just going to play it safe. This leaves Mind Control versus Pimba. And I think that is a fairly favored Imbecile matchup. So he's going to have to be careful on that Tidehunter. But stun, and now they only have single Iron Shell. Mana quite low on Shashto. Luckily, he does have one last Mango. And this mid lane, Excalibur versus Miracle. This one is going to be pretty heavily favored for the Link, I'm pretty damn sure. But there we go, we hear that taunt once again. And they're just cutting this wave again and again. No mana left for Shashlo, however. But I'm pretty sure after this, he'll have enough for his Soul Ring. He's able to get it flown out to him. But look at this. He's going to go kill himself. He's going to deny himself to this tower because he's out of mana. And then he'll come back from base with most of his Mangoes and his Soul Ring. But the side... He was just denying himself to the tower, so I don't really count that as missing First Blood. But they're setting up here on Miracle. They do have the stun as well as the Warcry. Now Miracle, he walks forward. He's slowed up by that dagger. And they also have the slow of the Frost Shield there on Miposhka. Miracle, I don't think he's going to be able to get away from this one. He pops a Fairy Fire, but First Blood goes to Miposhka. The laser only making Excalibur miss because he doesn't have an Aghanim Scepter at the 2-minute mark. The Kuroki's TP forced. He does have the best creep, however, here on Kuroki. He has found the Unholy Aura. But that rotation to the mid lane does give over First Blood. All the meanwhile, in this top lane, Shashlo still cutting the wave again and again. Unfortunately, there isn't a real way to apply for official caster. They just pick you up if they like you. But if you want to email DreamHack saying they should hire me, feel free. Anyway, GH just trying to get some harass onto Shashlo. But because Matumba Man is taking all the farm by himself, there aren't any levels here for GH. And Shashlo just pulling the wave. It's like he's playing the Omni Knight. And sorry, I missed the kill in the mid lane. They bring in their full tri-lane, but Kuroki, is he able to get this kill? He doesn't have the mana for the shockwave, and it looks like he's not going to be able to get Excalibur. So only a 1 return, and they lose their mid lane. A Miracle again. Miracle, the man who's carried Team Liquid so often. And in this bottom lane, Pimbercheck is beating Mind Control. He's already got 2 points in the Whirling Death. So he's able to take away those stats. So Excalibur, popping himself, he did get fairly low thanks to Kuroki's rotation. But Miracle, level 3 to level 4 Excalibur. This was going to be a tough lane for him, but the rotations of his supports have made his life a lot better in this mid lane. The Iron Shell on this creep here, taking some of that damage onto Matumba Man. And Kuroki, he's just sticking by this mid lane. He's not going to let them get another kill on his beloved Jordanian Miracle. Well, actually, no, Miracle thought Jordanian. That's GH. Miracle's Polish, I think? I don't know. We'll find out. Anyway, stun here onto Kuroki. They're not really making anything happen. A laser also onto Excalibur. And that Infernal Blade, you're just seeing the damage. Percentage rates, they do chase down GH in this top lane with the help of the Frost Shield, as well as the Iron Shell onto Shashlo. So GH not having a great time here. He's only level 2, but Matumba Man, this has given him free farm while Shashlo's been cutting these ways. Polish living in Jordan. Okay, there we go. So it was both. Anyway, the war cry, but they have the ink spell, but the slow on Miracle, he's not going to be able to get that stun out onto EGM, so he's going to be just fine. But now they're turning it around onto Kuroki. Is he able to heal himself up? He doesn't actually have a Devour stack up, and Excalibur leaps forward. The stun, are they able to make more happen onto Miracle? The ink, the Stroke of Fate does allow them to take down this Sven, and now with the laser, they kill Excalibur, so that's 3 kills across the map here for the side of Liquid. A nice rotation there from GH, as well as Mind Control nets them a lot of kills. And what happened to this Darkseer? Let's have a look at the death summary. Attack damage, tower. Okay. So he denied himself after using all his mana. Doing this again on Shashlo. I think it should also be 1-to-1 in my title as well. I do wonder sometimes how people don't realize the score. But anyway, they've brought the full tri-lane here. GH is here. Miracle's here. Excalibur, does he have any backup? Shashlo cutting these waves again. But yes, he does have backup of Miposhka. If he wants to make something happen with the Frost Shield, it looks like it was just being used for a bit of harass. No real commitment here from Excalibur as well as Miposhka. 6-minute rune. Is it in the top lane? No, it isn't. It's in the bottom. And it's an arcane rune. Is Mind Control going to take it, or is he saving it for someone else? Yes, he is. He's taking it into his bottle. But it's worth pointing out that Pimbercheck has had a wonderful time versus this Tidehunter. And they are full on tri-laning here in this mid lane. Try on try action with Poshka does get the good D ward. He's leaving it for Excalibur. Excalibur, he's left you the D ward. Just use your... Oh, he's saving it for his Tango. I thought he would just Quelling Blade it. Okay, Excalibur. Stun here on to Miracle, but it's not going to be enough now. Kuroki, he's ink spell forward. He gets the stun over onto this Frost Shielded Excalibur. He finally lands the Final Blade, but they're fighting into the March. It's only level 1 March. They do kill off Jerry. Is he going to be okay? Mr. Poshka trying to get their last hit, but a bottle of Miracle. He does heal up, and now Kuroki, he's trying to go forward. Is he able to land the Infernal Blade? No, it was still on cooldown. He does get the hit onto Excalibur, but there's not going to be a kill. But still, a 2-for-0 trade in this mid lane. They'll be happy with that for the side of Team Liquid. But Jerry, they want Kuroki, but they might settle for GH. They have the Frost Shield as well as the Body Flux, but Ink selling him up. Will it be enough damage for the stun? Kuroki is thinking about coming in. They have the Suns as well as the Phantom's Embrace here onto Excalibur. He does kill the Phantom, gets the bonus 30 gold, and that gives him the Phantom Strike unlocked for him and able to kill GH. A bit of a bloodbath here in this mid lane.
Top tower is under attack.
But Mind Control has that Arcane Rune, but Pimbercheck has hit level 6 as well as 7. He has enough mana. He's going to be able to get that Chakram Whirling Death. Chakram, he's saving it. It does hit, but it's not quite enough. Mind Control. There is no Ink Swell for 2 seconds, and finally that other Whirling Death comes off cooldown. So Pimbercheck, nice kill there onto this Tidehunter. But Shashlo, uncontested farm. Oh, they get a kill onto Miracle because they saw them rotate to try to save the tide. This tri-lane still together for Excalibur. Sorry about missing that one. But heads up play by the side of the Real Deal. Taking advantage of seeing everyone TP to try and save that Tide Hunter. No, Miracle was no longer defended. So this game actually in favor. Have a look at the net worth swing. In favor of the Real Deal.
Tower is under attack.
And look at all the CS that this Darkseer Shashlo has managed to accumulate. Gary, trying to fight up against Matumba Man, but Matumba Man, I think if he turns around on you, you need to be careful. You are just a level 4 Sven. And he even rages that off, tries to kill off the Helm Dominator creep. Sorry, in the mid lane, they do kill off Maposhka. Double damage room here on Croaky, coming into full effect. And Miracle, 2 points into the march, 1 point into the laser. Looks like he will be going into the jungle pretty damn soon. So Shashlo now has his good friend, Helm Dominator Hellbear. Just gonna use the Iron Shell, still cutting these waves. That's all he seems to care about. But Matumba Man using the body blocks. Why is it? Oh, they're using the Ink Swell, but Kuroki, he's not gonna be there in time. They're saving it for the Devour here on Kuroki. There you go, gets the Devour, gets 200 gold, as well as more bonus gold, thanks to that ability.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So, let's have a look at this mid lane. Excalibur is actually ahead of Miracle, but both in CS as well as experience. But this mid lane has been so weird. Tri-lane and mid lane. When was the last time you saw this? But over here, they have their tri-lane together. They have Penguin Check as well as Makosha. But it looks like the Courier, Dire Courier Maposha, just getting that snipe. It looks like it was on the way to the Tide Hunter to deliver him a Bracer. But unfortunately, you're not going to get that bonus HP as well as magic damage mitigation. But let's have a look at this. Matumba Man is going to get this rune. But Shashlo surging himself forward. He is going to get there in time. So it looks like that's going to be 3-for-1 bounty runes towards the side of the Real Deal. They have a 1k net worth advantage now. But Shashlo does have Surge as well. And the Iron Shell. So Matumba Man, he just quite doesn't have the damage for this to handle this Darkseer yet. And Mind Control, he's been forced into the jungle. Not able to lane up against Pimperjet Timber. And we're at the 10-minute mark, so we're going to have a look at this net worth. And Matumba Man is our net worth leader. He did feel comfortable going to Midas. And it's a Radiance game versus this Phantom Assassin. I do like that Croaky's still level 5. Doesn't have his level 6 just yet. But the stun, leap forward onto Excalibur as well as Pimperjet. This is going to be a lot of damage. Also the Frost Shield. Kuroki, he goes down almost instantaneously to that damage of Pimperjet. They do also get the Sinister Gaze and GH. I don't think you're long for this one. Mind Control, he does have Ravage, but I don't think he wants to blow it. So Pimperjet gets a double kill. This Timbersaw online, almost level with this Matumba Man Lifestealer. Check. Does he get the slow onto Miracle? They don't have anything to stop his TP, but they do a whole load of damage to him. So Miracle, Boots of Travel, looking fairly far off.
Tower is under attack.
And Dire's middle tower now being threatened by the side of the Radiant. Check. He's got 24 stacks of this reactive armor. So this tower doing absolutely 0 damage to him. Shashlo versus Mind Control, but look at this. Jerry is coming in. All they need is their Timbersaw, and they'll be able to kill him. But Timbersaw diving deep. He wants GH. Does have his level 6. Gets the silence with the Phantom here onto the Timbersaw. But Pimpercheck is able just to farm up. Croaky doesn't have his level 6 just yet. They need 6s on both of them, so they'll be able to get the Soulbind off. Kuroki, he needs one more creep. He just has to use that Devour, and he will have Doom. There you go. He's hit level 6. They need to use that Soulbind quickly. But it looks like this is a dead Kuroki. But meanwhile, on this backline, they get off a big Ravage. Are they able to kill off Maposha? It doesn't quite look like it. So Ravage wasted for pretty much nothing. Miracle, he's not there to do damage. No Boots Travel, nowhere near them. And Pimpercheck restacking up these stacks of reactive armor. Miracle farming in the jungle here. But Pimpercheck, he's actually stealing Miracle's hard-earned CS. And Matumba Man, he doesn't want to come to fights until he has his Radiance. He is just happy farming this top lane. But then again, so is this Darkseer. We've just seen this Darkseer of Shashlo cutting wave after wave after wave. This has given Excalibur time to catch up. He is ahead of 2 cores for the side of Liquid. But a smoke online. They have level 6 on Jerry as well as level 6 on Maposhka. The Chain Frost still on cooldown, but they do have enough. Pinmanchek has his 24 stacks, is slowly taking this mid tier 1. And over here, they have found Doom again. Pinmanchek, he comes over to almost snipe the kill, but Maposhka is actually going to be the one to take it. This 5-position Doom having a bit of a rough time of it. And first 10 kills to the side of the real deal. So Shashlo has Mechanism. It looks like he's going Guardian Grease as he is getting those Arcane Boots. But bottom lane, Mind Control, he's been caught out and again. The Fear holds him down. The stun, do they have enough damage? One more crit, they don't even need it. Maposhka getting these kills one after another. These rotations, this support duo of Jerry and Maposhka, it feels like they've been all over the map doing a lot of damage. And offering a lot of control. Pinmanchek, will he finally get this tower? They do pop the glyph at long last. It looks like they want the deny. Are they going to be able to get the deny with the top man? He rages and he gets it. But will he pay for that with his life? His rage is wearing off. He invests himself into the creep. They realize he's there. But rage, it's still on cooldown. They have the fear. And do they have enough damage? Yes, they do. They take down this lifestealer who's been farming so well. And he didn't even manage to buy his relic. So Matumba Man playing a bit too aggressive there on the side of Liquid. Feeds away some of his gold lead. And this puts the side of the real deal at a 2k advantage. Miracle decidedly still in catch-up mode. 700 gold away from his boots of travel. And over here, they've caught the tide again. Remember, they have the double Iron Shell. They bring him back with the vacuum, stealing some of his stats with that Whirling Death. And it looks like another kill on this Tide Hunter, Pinmanchek. On this Timbersaw, he's just absolutely going off. Also has his hood. And I like this. He's not building the Bloodstone. Getting the Yules, able to cancel TPs. Just be that much more aggressive at this early stage.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But things might be looking pretty grim for Liquid at this moment in time. But it is worth saying that they do have level 6 on Kuroki as well as level 6 on Grimstroke. So GH and Croaky, they need to work together. They need to get off this double team, but Makoshka, he sees Croaky. He realizes that this is one tanky boy and he doesn't want to mess with him. But GH and Croaky, we could see that double doom. That's what we want to see. Because they do have so much team fight from the side of Liquid. They have Ravage. They have Doom. So even though they are losing out in this early laning phase in these scrappy one-off fights, when it comes to 5-on-5 Dota, Liquid might just have it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
So Pinmanchek tanking up this tower, finally cutting the wave. They do have a Carty, so this tower falls fairly quicker than the mid tower. But over here on this bottom lane, Pinmanchek, he is TPing in, but finally Kuroki, they get the silence, they have the ink spell. They also have mind control. They use the Doom just to get the single Doom, but finally they do have the Soulbound, the double bouncing laser, but a nice vacuum wall there, and the Chain Frost on top of it. It looks like Mind Control is going to have to pay the price for that kill. Titan's he did use his Ravage, but Matumba Man pops out. Kuroki, it looks like the bounces aren't enough to kill him off. So a nice fight there. They kill off this Timbersaw, who was the net worth leader for the side of the real deal, as well as completing the Radiance on Matumba Man. So Liquid fighting back hard here with a 2k net worth swing if we have a look at it. Big fight there. But looks like they still want to fight Matumba, and he does have the Radiance. I don't think they realize about how tanky this man is, as well as the amount of damage he does. And it looks like Maposhka is going to be one to pay the price for his PA's oversteps. They're just chasing him down. They hit the laser. And Shashlo, is he able to get away? He is. He has Surge up, but they have good vision of this for the side of Liquid. So surging himself away, the silence, not quite in time there by GH. So he's just going to farm up the Phantasm here on Shashlo. But they are continuing their push in all these lanes. Mind Control, pushing middle, and the Boots of Travel completed for Miracle. And he's honestly not that far away from his Blink Dagger after that fight in the bottom lane. So let's have a look at how Excalibur is doing. 700 gold away from the Battle Fury. He really wants this. He wants to be able to accelerate in his net worth to be ahead of this Matumban Lifestealer. Because late game PA will beat the Lifestealer, but it's worth pointing out that the Radiant's now online Timbersaw. He does have the hood, so he's not going to be taking as much damage from this Radiant's Lifestealer. But it still means he is able to deal with him, even through all these stacks of reactive armor. Over here in the jungle, they do see mind control. But this is one tanky boy, and I think without some more rotations, you won't be able to get the kill. But Jerry, he does have Gush. Any TP's in, it doesn't look like it. So Jerry just going to be able to walk away here on EGM. Matumberman with the double damage. It looks like he wants this tier 1 mid tower. There is a glyph for the side of the Radiant, so they will be able to make it a slight bit annoying for this Lifestealer, but he will get it in due course. Glyph. There you go. These tier 1 glyphs are free, boys, and they are using it. But this game, it is now even actually in favor of Team Liquid in the net worth. They have managed to bring this back, and if we have a look, actually, Dota Plus is very much in favor of the real deal. I didn't realize it would be that much. But Pinvacek is now sitting in March Machines. He needs to be careful. He can handle some magic damage, but this laser does pure. Matumberman actually cutting the creep wave and now farming the jungle. But look at this. Timbersaw's coming, as well as Jerry. He needs the rage TP. He TPs, but was it early enough? He does have the Yule's Scepter. It was. Look at that. Just knowing how to play around his timings there on Matumberman. And now in Fest Gank, there's an easy 200 gold there for just one skill. I would happily use that off cooldown. But look at this. Mind controls here. He wasn't quite able to get off the Gush. Now he is in Shashlo. Guardian Greaves off that minus armor, but a big Ravage. But the Warcry, it means they're not going to be doing that much damage. They do get the Silence of the Phantom's Embrace, but not before he gets the Surge out. So it looks like they're just going to siege this tier 1 tower, but all the meanwhile, Excalibur is collecting these bounty runes. So 2 for 2 trade, but Excalibur, Battle Fury completed. So if they leave this PA alone for long enough, he is going to make himself ahead in the net worth. Shasho just being annoying, dropping that wall, getting that Radiant's Lifesteal illusion if possible. But Pinvacek has the yours completed. What's next for him? Does he want that Holy Locket? That's what we've seen some Timbers building now. I do see the Chain Frost coming out in this top lane. But it looks like it was just to leverage some harass for the side of Liquid. They're buying space for Excalibur while Liquid are actually committing to this top lane. I guess they really want this tier 2 tower. Miracle. Link Dagger completed for him. But Pinvacek has a cart in this mid lane, but he's not going to tank the tower for his team. And we have an Infest gank as well as the Blink Dagger completed for mind control. Finally, a Vessel for Pinvacek. Kuroki TP'd over. He does have the Doom. And look at this. Mind control is here. He has the Blink Dagger. The Infest from Matumberman. He is out, but the Silence. He gets himself to the trees. Yule's up, but Miracle sitting on the high ground with the laser. An easy kill for Miracle. Nice rotation. Pinvacek just stretching his limits too far. And like a rubber band, Team Liquid will snap back. So, 2k advantage for the side of Liquid. After this rough laning phase, this mid game has all been in favor of them pretty damn much. But that is to say Excalibur hasn't been participating with the team because he's just been in this jungle, pushing out waves, taking jungle camps. And look at this. He's rushing the BKB. He realizes he needs it versus this Tinker. So, Doom is still online. Ravage in 22 seconds. I'm curious if they try to look into that Roche Pit. Matumberman using his Midas as its off cooldown. That's what we like to see. Efficiency there. But Excalibur, doing the right thing with this BKB. How is Shashlo doing? He's completed those Guardian Greaves as well as his help. And it looks like he's getting a hood. And that will probably end up being, honestly, a full pipe for his team. But they do need a Vladimir's. They have a PAs. They should really get a Vlad's. Is my feeling here. Excalibur actually taking the lifesteal at level 15. That's part of the nerfs here. to this PA, unable to get that armor crash this early. And Pimenchek, he's just being run down. They throw him up in the air with, actually he throws himself in the yaw, so he's not able to get the timber chain. And that is a dead Pimenchek. They don't even have to commit the doom, only the Grimstroke ultimate. So this Timbersaw, he dominated the early laning phase, but he's taken a few deaths here in this mid game, constantly feeding to the side of Liquid, and that has just allowed them to take control of this map and this game. It feels like the side of the real deal are being a bit starved out, especially with these boots of travel of Miracle. They're able to push any lane they want.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But EGM sitting here in this top lane, using his God Strike to get the kill, and they find the PA. Sorry, he just died so quickly. It looks like he was silenced up by the Phantom's Embrace and just the burst damage as well as the Radiance Burn of the Lifestealer. There was nothing this Phantom Assassin could do. Just caught out of position and out of life. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. These deaths, they're happening fairly quickly. It looks like the stun onto Miracle as well as the Fear, unable to TP out, and this combination here of Maposha as well as EGM getting these kills around the map. The Tumberman. This is delayed via Dota TV. Because I'm not official caster, there's the Dota TV delay. So, the Tumberman just raging through that stun. He also has the Manta Illusions. So, how do you push for the side of the real deal? They have the Tinker, they have the Manta style illusions, but look at this, they have a fit. Do they have enough damage to burst him? Another stun. Is it quite enough? But there's the Grimstroke, there's the double doom, as we've been talking about the entire game. And now Tumberman, he's healing up with that lifesteal thanks to the open wounds, and it looks like Lich is dead, as well as Kuroki might go down, but Pimenchek, he's not going to be able to live through this doom. I don't think so. Kuroki, he's being chased down. This is the BKB reveal for Excalibur as the BKB wears off now. The Gush as well as the laser. It looks like he did actually survive on that Timbersaw, but Excalibur's the one they want. They're throwing out the Chakram, but Matumba, he's chasing forward. He jumps down to the high ground. He also has the Frost Shield, but is he going to be able to get away with the laser? No, he isn't. That damage mitigation not much, and Maposhka, he fought back for this, but a laser from Miracle as well as the Radiant Spurn. What a fight for Team Liquid. That was a 4. It was a 4 for 2. But killing Excalibur with the reveal of his 10-second BKB, that's the double doom that we were talking about in the draft. And look at this, they're also going to get all 4 runes across the map. Team Liquid, they are finally online and showing us what they did in game number 2. We might have caught some of that on a replay. Okay, so look over here, the laser on the backline. They managed to kill off Shashlo. Excalibur blinking down to the high ground. But look at this, the Gush, the chase forward, as well as the laser, the Frost Shield, not able to mitigate enough damage. And look at that Maposhka. He has the gaze, but it's not really going to do enough work. Because remember, Lifestealer does have the Radiance. So you're drawing him into you and you're just killing yourself. And Pimenchek taking pure damage. Is he able to get away? It looks like with Shashlo here, he might be able to. As well as the heal from the Guardian Greaves, he's going to be just fine. So over here, Matumberman, he's just going to feast on Maposhka. They do use the Stroke of Fate, but they don't really need it. But GH, he's trying to get out. It looks like he is just going to be food for Excalibur. 1-2 crits, that's going to be easy. But Matumberman, they do manage to get an illusion of him in the wall. But a big ravage from Microtrol, but Excalibur did have the BKB on in time. Are they able to kill off Shashlo, though? Remember, no Doom on Croaky for 24 seconds. A nice stun onto 3 of them. And with that, it's the fight done. Excalibur, his BKB has worn off, and Miracle, he's back in this fight. Look at this, the laser, as well as those rockets. They gone. That is a dead Phantom Assassin, and sorry, that's a dead another guy, but Phantom Assassin drops dead. Sorry, that was dead Sven, dead Phantom Assassin. What another fight there for the side of Team Liquid. A 5-for-1 trade. We caught some of that. We're going to watch replay again. The Vacuum Wall, as well as the 3-man Stormbolt. But this fight, they're just hunting them down here. They leap forward, they get the laser as the rockets. Laser rockets again, as well as that Dagon there. And Excalibur, he's not able to do anything against this lineup once his BKB fades.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's
So
middle
Matamba
tower
Man,
is
Radiance,
under attack.
Manta style. He didn't even build the Solar Crest, which is mainly the reason you get this Battalion of Courage, because you get the stacking sources of evasion, remember. You get the evasion of the Radiance, and you get the evasion of the Solar Crest. But I think the Solar Crest, does Solar Crest still give evasion? No, it doesn't give evasion. So Matamba Man, realizing that the build is no longer worth building the Solar Crest. That's really interesting. That's a change up that he has to think about. And now double soulbound, he leaps forward with mind control, and look at this, they've got the double doom off. What a fight, instantly eliminating Sven as well as this Phantom Assassin. But they're chasing for more. Shastlo, they get the laser miracle. He has his blink as well as another laser, another rocket. The rocket's stunning up against him. He pops his Guardian Keys, vacuums them into the walls, but it means they know they's there. He drops the wall. Is he able to TP out? It looks like there's no Ravage of Shastlo. It's going to be just fine. But GH actually is trying to farm up these wall illusions. Mind control has an mystery, but all the meanwhile, Matamba Man, he's actually just taking their base. Are they able to do anything against this? Matamba Man, Shashlo, you can't fight this man. And Pigman check, Matamba Man, he doesn't care about you either. Matamba Man just totally oblivious to the fact that two people are. And Miracle, he's hitting the Dagon with the Radiance burn. They do get the kill. That Darkseer, he was trying to man up. He just didn't realize that the Tinker was coming in. The Frost Shield, it looks like it was spent on the racks. But Matamba just rages off, and now Pimmercheck has to Timber Chain himself away. But it's not very far in the tree. It's right next to him. Do they have enough mind control? It's a big Ravage onto three of them, but the BKB popped by Excalibur. He's not able to kill anyone, and his BKB is wearing off. Matamba Man, a really nice infested Kuroki, so he's not taking the damage from this PA. And this Frost Shield, it's almost down, and when it wears off, so will your racks. Matamba Man Lifestealer just hit. Another Frost Shield, but he doesn't care. Excalibur, ever since he's got this BKB, he's just died again and again. BKBs are meant to make you survivable. And look at that Manta dodge of the Starbolt, Matamba Man. Just styling on the full tier of the real deal now.
This should make my life easier.
Miracle, how's his Dagon doing? It is already a level 3 Dagon. And Excalibur, he's going to try and TP away, but no BKB.
Unstoppable. Oh no.
He doesn't BKB TP, so he just dies to the Dagon level 3 as well as the lasers. And there's no buyback on that Phantom Assassin.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Excalibur, what a costly mistake. His BKB was on cooldown. He was just dead anyway. I take it back. Excalibur, I'll stop flaming you. But now, Jerry, look at this Matamba Man. He's just feeding on the side of the real deal. He doesn't care at all. Has his AC completed. So much armor with the solar, with the medallion. And remember, there's also the missed chances of the Radiance. And look at this. Martian Machine sitting in the trees is Miracle. Pimmer check almost down. But Jerry, they found him. They vacuum him forwards. They get a wall. Are they able to kill Miracle? But the Ravage! It's onto three of them. And look at this. They get the Soulbind as well as the double doom of Kuroki. And they just absolutely annihilate the two supports there. And they find the Timbersaw as well. And Jerry, he brought back. I think this is all over. The Dagon from Miracle coming out at long range. He has his defense. And GG is called by the side of the real deal. Team Liquid in 30 minutes. They established their dominance against the real deal. We might have given you game number 1, they say, but you sure as hell aren't having game number 2 and 3. Team Liquid victory in this series. They move on to the upper bracket of this GSL format. So guys, we're gonna have a look at the graphs here, as well as the scoreboard. Very, very nice. Just look at this. Miracle, once he came online, had a bit of a rough mid lane. But Matamba Man Lifestealer, there's a reason it's famous. He's the best Lifestealer in the game. As well as look at his net worth. It's doubling the Phantom Assassins. That is some serious work there. And this graph, it was a little bit ahead by the real deal. But Team Liquid, they just pull